In Connecticut today, a man named Michael Skakel was convicted of murdering a teenage neighbor named Martha Moxley when they were both 15 years old. That was in 1975. And this case, which has taken so long to be resolved, has attracted a lot of attention in part because Mr. Skakel is a nephew of the late Robert Kennedy and his widow Ethel. ABC's Cynthia McFadden has covered this case for us. When this verdict came down today, a lot of us who'd followed it only casually were quite surprised.
Well, Peter, it was less of a surprise, perhaps, to those of us who had the opportunity to be in the courtroom earlier in the week to hear the prosecutor's powerful closing statement. For Dorothy Moxley, Martha Moxley's mother, it has been a painful 27-year journey to this moment.
I just feel so blessed and so overwhelmed that we've actually, we now, you know, this is Martha's Day. This is truly Martha's Day.
Michael Skakel was found guilty of bludgeoning her to death with his mother's golf club. It was an uphill battle for prosecutors, with no blood or DNA evidence and no eyewitnesses linking Skakel to the murder. And what evidence existed was old.
I tried cases before 1992, when there was no such thing as DNA, and we convicted people all the time. This was nothing but an old-time criminal trial.
The state's case relied on many little pieces of evidence, including 5 witnesses who testified that Michael Skakel made incriminating statements to them, and an audio tape that until now has never been heard outside the courtroom. It is Skakel talking to a writer about the morning after the murder.
And I woke up to Mrs. Moxley saying, "Michael, have you seen Martha?" I'm like, "What?" And I was like, still high from the night before, a little drunk from the night. I was like, "What?" I was like, "Oh my God, did they see me last night?"
In the courtroom, there was widespread admiration for the way the prosecutor wove all the bits and pieces of evidence together.
The most important moment in the trial for me was the closing argument of Jonathan Benedict. I mean, it was staggering, and it changed the course of the trial.
Michael Skakel trembled as the verdict was read. His lawyer says he will appeal.
Whatever it takes to get him out of custody, and it will happen.
But tonight, for the first time in 27 years, Dorothy Moxley goes home knowing that the man now convicted of murdering her daughter, Peter, will not.
Many thanks. Cynthia McFadden.